Hello everyone,
Hi
welcome
everyone.
to
Sorry.
Johan, go ahead.
No, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. So, hello everyone, welcome to SD Skills weekly algorithm session. And today, Johan is going to discuss about KMP. Johan, you can start.
Hi. So KMP algorithm, which we mostly have come across, that uses some kind of thing to build a failure function, which we've gone over last time. For example, if we quickly look at this, in a brute force string matching, when we find a mismatch, we again start the entire string match from the next index. So this has a n into m complexity. But what KMP allows us to do is, when we find the mismatch, instead of starting all over again from the beginning, we can directly start from a smart position such that we don't recompute the part that is mismatched. We have discussed this, the normal way of doing it. And today I'll discuss the way of doing it in such a way that if you don't understand a normal way of failure function, you can think of KMP as a dynamic programming problem or as a DFA, which is an automata. And you can try to map all the states. So once more, just the example of KMP. When we find the mismatch, instead of starting a search again from this index, we just move forward and we maintain the same pointer in J. So we can notice this is not restarting the search from a previous index. It is making a smart jump, just a smart jump over, since this prefix is already matching. So this is basically prefix and suffix. Instead of thinking of this algorithm in terms of a longest prefix that is also a suffix, we can think of it as a DP problem where I am given two things. I am given my pattern, of course, and of course the string that I'm matching. So in this pattern at any index, I am at a particular part of this pattern. I have matched until a particular prefix at any index of the string search over the original string. So what happens is when there is a mismatch, I don't want to start again from here and continuously go. So what I do is I make a DP which has two parameters. One, current state, currently in this pattern, which index am I on? So this is one, the current index, and next is which character is coming next. So if an A comes next and I have matched, I can successfully move forward to this particular index. But if another character like a C comes, then I have to restart the pattern matching from the first character. So which character are we visiting? Depending on that, either we go forward or we go backward. So this is the basic idea of how we converted it into a DP problem. And we can also look at some more animations. So this is a state machine. It has particular states, and from one state you move to the other when you visit the correct character. For this example, pattern is ABC. So from the initial state that is empty, you move to this particular index of 1, you move to the next state when you see an A. When you see a B, you move to the next state. And finally, when you've seen all the characters who are at this destination state, that means you have found your answer at this particular state. You have matched this completely. That is the target state. Now, if we are over here at state 2 and we have a mismatch, okay, if this is not an A, if we have some other alphabet like a J or something, so of course we do not move forward to the next state. We have to start our search again from 0, because we have got A, B, and then we need a A, right, to go to the next state. Otherwise, it's not a match in this index. So what they are saying is, when there's a mismatch, instead of starting back from the start, why don't I make some smart pointer which starts in such a way that I do not have to recompute anything that's already computed. Let me annotate this. So we have our initial A, then B, A, B. Now we see an A, but we want to see a C, right, to match with the pattern. But instead we have seen an A. Instead we have seen an A. So what happens is simple. Instead of starting back from scratch, I can start from this node, because if we see this A, please don't do that, viewer. If we see this A,
No, it's a
then
So
we
yeah,
have-
bot.
there
Sorry.
is a bot, yeah. So we'll
Yeah.
have to,
So stop
Oh.
annotating for others, maybe, or we can have
yeah,
a
whoever
enable.
is Bhavesh or
Mhm.
host, can you stop that?
Okay. Anyways, I'll continue. So we have
So
A,
can you hold on
B.
for some time, Yon? Let's because I see
Okay.
those two NGs. One of them actually should be stopped.
Oh,
That NG is. Whoever is the host, can you do?
Santosh, I made you co-host. Can you do it, or I have to do it?
Okay, let me check.
And how to do it? Like, can you please let me know? Or put in waiting room?
And you do it, I think so. You can stop unit from others.
I have enabled. Sorry, what was that, Shreyas?
And can do that, I think. He is the
Yeah.
host. You can
Stop
do it.
annotating for others. I think you will get an option,
Or
Johan.
maybe a lock meeting for now?
But you have to first maybe
okay. I've disabled it for
kick
others.
out that person first.
I have disabled it.
Okay,
Okay.
go ahead then. Yeah.
So we have A, B, and now we've got another A. So this is the same A, B. It's the same if we see over here as this string A, B, A. So we don't have to restart from the beginning, since this A, B, A, this part and this part is the same. We have found an A, so we don't have to restart from the matching from the beginning. Since we have this A, B, A already, so we can restart from the position A, B, A instead of restarting from the beginning. Our suffix is already A, B, A if we think in the suffix prefix terms.
I'm
So how
sorry,
to
Johan,
make-
can you write the pattern you're trying to match here also?
Oh, yes. So we've got this A, B, A, B, C. Now we've matched A, B, and again A, B we've matched. But now we are expecting a C, right? But instead of I've gotten an A. So what we think is, okay, after this B, I've gotten an A. If we look at this carefully, this suffix is actually a ABA, which is also a prefix ABA. So we do not need to start from scratch, but we can reuse this part ABA. So we start from the position A, B, A. So we just make a back pointer. When A is visited, you go back to this position, because this position represents A, B, A. So that's the way we make these smart back pointers. And this would allow us to maintain O of n complexity, because we don't have to recompute this match of ABA again and again. Making this back pointers is the tough part. So we'll go through that also. And if we notice at this index, if we get a B, if I get a B over here after this B, so there's no such pattern or there's no such prefix that is A, B, B or anything with double B. So that's why we have to start back from empty prefix. We have to start from 0.
Can you go by example, Johan, like the second one, BA, that one?
Okay.
What you are matching and what is the original string? Yeah, that clarification.
Okay. So I don't have an original string. I'm just building this for this pattern. I'm building a DFA. So from which state to go to which state. So basically, I want to know that at my current state, if I get the character, then where do I go? Whereas this means entire string is matched. This final state means all 5 indexes, all indexes are matched. We have matched all the indexes in the string. So when I go from 0 to B, 0 to A1, I find the A means, okay, move forward in the you have made some progress. You have matched one particular character. Then 1 to 2 means, okay, I have matched the character at index 1 as well. Now at this point, I've matched this character as well. So what happens is, now after this B, I need a C, right? But if I get an A instead, that means I am at a position where my suffix is ABA. So instead of restarting from the beginning, I can just restart from this point ABA. So I just make a back pointer to the particular point. And if I, after this B, if I find another B, now there's an issue. There's no such prefix for BB. So I have to start all the way back from the beginning. So I have to start matching again from the first index. Empty prefix. Longest prefix suffix is empty. There's no such prefix that has a BB. So it's a complete mismatch. There's no way we can reuse any computation since we've never seen BB before. But when we got an A, we had seen ABA before. So we just restart from the point AB.
So in mismatch, you only go up to the prefix part, what you have seen, right? Rather than going again back to the
Yes,
start.
yes.
So, but then where do we keep the information of all the prefixes?
States, I
So,
think.
there is a way we do that. I'll
Okay.
talk about that.
Okay, no problem.
We just maintain it. Currently, somebody's in waiting room. Should I let
Yeah,
them?
no, I'll do that. Don't worry. You go ahead.
So now if we understand what we are trying to make, we're trying to make this pointer to the prefix. And if there's no match, then we just go back to the start, which is an empty prefix. So how to make these? Here he is using the same DFA that we have made and showing how do we search for a string. We can look at that also. So we have AB, and then we have a question mark, which is just what we will see. If we get a C, then we've found our result. If we get a B, then we've mismatched completely. So just go back to empty. And if we get an A, then we can reuse and go to this point. So at this position, this question mark carries the weightage of where we'll go back. Now, here he sees, if we see an A again, instead of restarting, we can just move this pattern and we see there's a match in prefix and suffix. So that's what he's explaining. Instead of restarting, you can reuse this matching part and check for the B over here. Continue checking from this point. Whereas if you find the character B, then you cannot reuse from anywhere. So the pattern has to restart searching from A. There's no way we can match this AB with the BB or anything with that. It's a complete mismatch. And if you find a C, then success, you found the C, you are trying to search for a C. So no worry, then you have reached. Also, this is not just for B, but any other character, X, Y, Z, because there is any character that is not having any particular prefix that will go back to 0, no matter what character it is. Now, all other characters, A, B, C, D, every character goes back to 0 if it's a mismatch, not A, B, C, but A goes here, B, C, D, E, F, G, all of them. So we won't mention those. We'll just initialize everything as 0. Otherwise, the graph becomes too much. All of these go back. Now he has made all these back pointers. So how he made them? At any position, he needs 2 things. That is the character encountered and current state. These 2 we need at any time. And this is another example of how he's matching. It is a standard DFA where whichever you are seeing, you are just following that edge. Okay, you have seen a B. Okay, go for B. Now we have seen an A, so we go for an A. Again, he has seen a B. Okay. Now he has seen an A. So he'll take this route and go back to this state. And any moment, if he reaches that state, means he's found the result. So our state is defined.
He went to the immediate A, not to the start A, right? I mean, when there was a
Yes,
mismatch.
yes. When he saw the mismatch, he just went to this state because it's the
Near it.
same A, B, A, and this is also A, B, A.
Yeah, the prefix was matching. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they are same maintaining as a KMP algorithm, something like that.
Yes, it is a KMP
It's
logic
a
only,
KMP only.
but
yeah,
it's
only
a more dense array. We have, instead of 2 states of match and mismatch, we have every character.
Yeah.
It's
So
same thing. He's
now-
also taking advantage of prefix, right? They're also in
Yes,
KMP. We
yes.
are taking advantage of prefix wherever it was matched.
Exactly. That's what.
But this one is not looks like take much spaces because from each state you are maintaining where to go, right? So for
Right.
kind of you are maintaining 26 alphabet for each node.
Yes, that is the
Hmm.
disadvantage. It's finite. How many characters we have, it depends on that.
Oh, okay.
So for
So-
all 26, you have to maintain. Okay.
Yes, you have to make a DP array that at each position, when this character comes, where to go. When this character comes, where to go. For each character, which state do I go to? Empty prefix, this index, next index.
Oh, I think it means the implementation will be more easier, right?
Yes. Implementation becomes super simple. We don't have to
Oh.
maintain anything, but we have to keep all this.
Sorry. You're traversing from back of the string, right? Not the front of the string.
Here, you mean in this example, he is going for this is his pattern. So he's checking first for C, and he's
Okay.
initially at state 0. As soon as he finds a match, he moves to next state. And now he finds a B, he moves to next state. Again, match is found. Now mismatch is found, right? So he moves to this state instead of moving to the start because he's already found an A before. Again, if we see this smart jump over here, when he finds an A right over here, instead of jumping to the previous, he just moves his pointer just to this state. So he doesn't check everything again. He just checks the same prefix that is visited as a suffix, A, B, A, and A, B, A.
So if mismatch is found, you are moving the pattern by one index or that many length of the index? That is my question. Okay.
No. Right now, we don't know how to move to the back. We are just moving to the longest prefix that is currently a suffix.
Okay, got it.
We cannot figure it like here the prefix suffix is just 1. Here it is, if we see this AB is at index 3. So we're just trying to do that. And when the suffix is not matching any prefix, we go to empty prefix, that is index 0. So at DP4A equal to 3 means that at index 4, if current state is 4 and you have visited a character, go to state 3. DP1B means state is 1, character B is encountered, move forward to state 2. This is like our I++. You have successfully found a match to the character. From 1, you have gone to 2. And this is like a mismatch, but you have found a common prefix. So the one more advantage, search function is also very easy. For each alphabet, okay, just go to the next state that is found when you find this character. So my current state and my current character. So where to go? That's all. If you reach the end of the pattern, you have found your answer. So this search function is actually quite easy.
But how do we populate? Okay, yeah, you're doing it. Okay.
Yeah, I zoomed too much. So this is basically all we need, right? At any state, what's the next state? It is my current state and my current character. Where to go? That's all. But now populating it, that's the tricky part. And this is just that we need to know 2 things: current state and the character encountered. So one thing is like for each state and for each character, we have to find out which is the next. How to find this? If it's a match, obviously you go to J+1, right? If you're a perfect match. So if you find the character A at index 0, go to index 1 and start checking for B. Then check for A again, then check for B, then check for C. So if we just look at that linked list, that is all just going to be from J to J+1 when it's a perfect match. So this is all the state at once when it's a perfect match. And if it's not a match, we have to roll back to a particular state So this is a state restart is what he's calling it. We're just rolling back to a place where we have seen the same suffix. For example, here we have seen ABA. So how do you determine this is a complex thing, but let's go for a simple thing. We'll at all times maintain one invariant. We'll maintain something called a shadow state. Okay. So this is the one important term. At all times, I will maintain the current shadow state, which is always going to be matching the prefix that is at my current suffix. This is okay. I'll just, so at any point, okay, like if we see this point 4, what is the suffix AB? And we have a prefix also of AB, right? This is the longest prefix that is also a suffix. So our shadow state should be over here in the ideal situation. Since at this point, AB, I can roll back any moment to this state 2. Is that okay? Like what's a shadow state? Not how to generate it, just what.
Okay, but see, so now you're saying there is an additional state, like other than the DP, you will
Yes,
have
yes.
to have a shadow also. And the
Yes.
reason is because you get a mismatch which is totally not into your previously prefix suffix, correct?
Yes, yes. So this is all like we'll maintain the current state, and we'll maintain one shadow state which will always be lagging behind the current state by 1. It will always be behind the current state, like at the prefix. So this is my current state, and this is a shadow of him.
Okay, so are you
Because if-
saying like in this case it's C, but if you find anything other than that AB, all of them will
Yes.
point to the shadow.
Yes, yes, all of them could point to the shadow at this point because we have the same. Not exactly this C. If we find a over here, for example, then we won't point to the shadow, right? We'll point to this node. If I find a here, my shadow is here, and when I find an A, I go here, right? I don't go to the shadow. So it's not exactly that, but the shadow is always going to maintain what the prefix is that is matching my current. Okay.
Do we, when do we create the shadow state, or we have
Okay.
it? Yeah.
So that is some initialization we can do. Like we initialize the shadow state as empty, and we start matching we start generating this linked list, and then we move the shadow state forward. Just I'll show that after some time. But for now, it's just that the shadow state is always the prefix, which is also currently as my suffix. That's all we have to think. Now, when I see this 4, okay, and I see an A, when I see an A, I can say that, okay, I don't have an A over here, right? There's no A state, like there's no A that will match, there's only C. But what about my shadow? Does he have any A to match with? Now we see shadow has an A to match with. So I can just roll over to this, correct? Since this shadow is also AB and I'm also currently at AB. So I can just look at either mine is a perfect match, that is a C, or it is matching with my shadow. If it matches with my shadow, I can go there directly since I've got ABA.
We point to self, right?
It's not self, it is the shadow. So I'll go once. I'll go for this. So we have here.
So initially, if you don't match anything, you used to go to the very initial state, right? The
Correct,
zeroth
correct.
place.
But now we know that shadow is also currently trailing my same prefix AB,
Yeah.
and I'm also at AB.
Yeah, so your initial state, you are actually moving. Whenever you find this prefix suffix, then you say that a shadow state will be your
Yes.
initial state, right?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
So instead of jumping to beginning, I jump to shadow because he has the same suffix.
Mhm. You just keep on updating that state. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
that's a good way to explain it. Yeah,
Mhm.
thanks. So now in my shadow state, if I get an A, I have a particular node that I go to. So if either it was going to be a C and I go here, but if it's not the C, then I just look at my shadow. Does shadow have anything for A? And luckily your shadow does. So I can say that instead of restarting, we just go to this node. We just go to this node when we see an A. Because my shadow sees an A and he goes here. So I also will just go here. That's fine. my shadow is the new initial state.
Right,
So
right.
when he sees an A, he goes here. So when I see an A, I'll also bounce here.
Mhm.
Will you update your shadow to now point to node 3? Once
My
you-
shadow won't point to node 3, but yeah, I have to update my shadow as well now.
Okay.
So that's also there.
Yeah, maybe we'll go through a couple of examples more when you are done with all the states. Okay.
Yes, yes. So now he's just said this only. We can use the X to get the restart position. Like we can restart from X instead of mismatch and starting from beginning. We just see for A over here.
Mhm.
This is the same thing that I just drew. So state J doesn't have anyone to match with A. So he'll delegate it to X. Like, okay, shadow, do you have anyone for A? And that's all. And it's possible, as we understand, because this is an AB and this is currently also an AB suffix.
Mhm.
So in this diagram, if we see here that AB moves like that, and it continues to match. Like this AB was matching this AB first, but now he's matching this starting AB. He's matching the shadow. He was matching the current, now he's just matching the shadow. So if this is like why it's possible, this is actually the same reason why it's possible in normal KMP, because it's also a suffix. So that's why we can restart from here. There's no issue in doing that. Now, of course, if we encounter a B, then there's no one that our shadow knows, right? Our shadow doesn't know where to go from B also. So we just go back to 0. Our shadow is also pointing at 0 since he doesn't have anyone for B. So again, we can just look at our shadow's B pointer. And that's our B pointer. So X always follows behind. And that's what X is actually a problem that we have solved in the past, that when we get a B at this position, where to go. So our DP is that only at our current result. Either we go here or we just see our shadow, DP of X and B. And we set DP of J and B to DP of X and B. So our B pointer is same as my shadow's B pointer. My A pointer is same as my shadow's A pointer. And so on. Or if my shadow had any other pointer, that pointer, J pointer or whatever, that would also be same as the shadow's pointer. Because that's what we have structured the DP in such a way that shadow always has the prefix that is currently the suffix. So that means I can directly use that one's answers that have already been computed. So now we have two states. One is a state advancement. If this is all right, okay. Just assume you have a shadow state, okay. No need to worry about it. Either we have got a perfect match, okay. Our current character is the character at the pattern, okay. This is the character we need. Then we go to next state. Otherwise, where to go? I don't know, but my shadow knows where to go. So where would my shadow go if we got this character? This is just two conditions that we need for each character, okay. For each index, for each character. If it is a match, you go to next state. And if it's not a match, you just find out from your shadow that where would the shadow go. Here, if we see this example, shadow would, on getting a B, shadow would go to 0. So when I get a B, I'll go to 0. On getting an A, shadow would go to 3. So when I get an A, I'll also go to 3. This is all right.
Mhm. Okay.
So either I advance or I just look at my shadow, where would we go? This is all there is to building that state machine. Two conditions. When you are pattern, you advance. When you are not, you look at shadow. Now the beauty of how to get the shadow, if you just see the code, you will think it is too simple. Initially, we'll put a base case that if we are at state 0 and we see the first character, then we go to state 1. This is obvious, right? If you have an empty one, then there's no rollback possible. So it's just first character, then go to state 1. Now, let me set my shadow state as 0. Okay, let me set the shadow state as 0 and let's see what happens. Current state will start from 1. Okay, since we've already done this base case. Okay, so base case was that at the state 0 of empty prefix, only if you see first character, you go somewhere, right? You go to the next state. Otherwise, you don't go anywhere. It's a base case. You don't have any shadow. That's all right. Base case is all right.
Okay.
Okay. So initially we'll set the shadow at 0 because I don't have anywhere to go. And I'll start matching from this position. Position 1. At position 1, I want a B. That's all I want. I need a B. So for each character, okay, possible for each option that is possible at position 1. If it is a B, if it is the character I want, go to next state. And same as above, if it is not the option I want, where should I go? I'll just check my shadow. And currently I'm starting at 1. So I'm assuming I have an empty shadow. That I have nowhere to roll back. I roll back all the way to the beginning, right? Roll back to the beginning. So dpj is equal to dp of shadow c. Same, this one only. This is what we have written. Okay. And now the important part. Now I'll move my shadow ahead as well based on the current character found. So my shadow has already computed all this, right? He's already computed all these links are computed. So my shadow also needs to move forward so that at this point, the shadow is not here, right? At this point, where should the shadow be? The shadow will be, if I got a C, where do I go? If this prefix got a C. So the shadow also moves forward by the current state. At this point, if I get a C, shadow moves forward. At this point, if I got an something else, like let's say I got, let's say I'm matching something else, A, B, A.
Then, yeah.
So now, if this one is a match, so my shadow should also move one step forward, right? To maintain that current prefix and current suffix. I have added A to a suffix. I must add A to a prefix as well. So shadow is now here and J is now here, correct? So whatever movement is done to me must be done to my shadow to keep my shadow up to date. Like current prefix has got an A, so current suffix has got an A. So make the prefix also get an A so that he is relevant. And any point it's some unknown character like a C. We already have the backlinks. So however complex this backlinks will get, we will always manage to reach the point. And if you remember in normal KMP, we have a while loop which will keep going back to the restart point, right? We don't need that here, since from 4, if I get a mismatch, I go to 0. And from shadow also I go to 0. It's not like from 4 I go to 2 and then I go to 0. So that's why, where's the code? Whichever character you get, even the shadow must be updated with that. If a character has been added to suffix, it must be added to prefix as well. And all this is already computed, right? It is a DP problem. So we've already computed the shadows, all the characters for shadow, where to go when each character is found. So this becomes very simple to code. And this is actually the entire code that you need. For searching, you just go wherever it tells you to go for the state. This is the one confusing part, that initially you have an empty prefix and you see first character. And if it encounters any other character, it stays at 0. At any point, there's a total mismatch. Everything goes to 0. So initialize this array, everything to 0. Everything assume has an empty prefix. And anytime there's a match or not a match, we will manually be checking that. And this is the point of how we update it. Current is current. How to update shadow status. Current is shadow is X. Particular character is encountered in the suffix or in the prefix as well, because we want a latest shadow. So which state to go to? Updating X is just same as updating in the search function. Like in search function, how we. I'll go to search function. 1 second.
One question.
Yes.
Shadow has to be updated only when J is updated, right? But irrespective of that, shadow is updated. I see that in the code. I didn't get it.
Yes. Okay. So 1 second. Let's see search function. And search function, that current state is here. Which character do I go to next? That's all we want to know, right? So what is this line? This line over here, what is this line update shadow? It is actually searching for the current suffix in the prefix. So current suffix has gotten a particular character has been added to current suffix. So now my current J pointer One second, I drew this diagram. My J pointer is over here and my shadow of J is over here, right? So for A, B, my shadow is AB. Now let us say that this is also A, okay? Just for sake of example. So for AB, A, what will my shadow be? AB, A, right?
Yeah.
How I got this? Because I added an A to the current state, okay? I moved my J forward. And how did I move it forward? By adding an A. So let's do one thing. Let me move my shadow also forward and see where he goes when he gets an A. That where will he go? Since he has a particular state to go to with A, he would go here. Maybe he has some other pointer for A, then it would go there, but he'll go here. So now at this point, A, my shadow is A. So this shadow is magically following me wherever I'm going. And it's not that I'm not moving forward. If you see, this is a for loop. So even J++ is happening. I'm moving to next character in the pattern. So my shadow must also move to the wherever he needs to move if he visits this character.
I think same thing we do for finding longest prefix and suffix. Only name shadow is there. That's it, I think, right?
There is a correlation between this. Like if you understand this very deeply, you can compress this into just two states, match and mismatch. I'll talk of that.
Match and
No,
mismatch. If
Let's
you
see
move the
what the
Okay.
both what Shashank is saying and Balaji also. Let's solve that first, right? Okay, go ahead, Shashank.
What are they
you
saying?
saying?
What I'm saying, whenever there is a match, you move your shadow, right? And whenever there is a mismatch, you will move back from the shadow to the point where prefix and suffix matches. Same thing we do in the longest prefix and suffix
Correct.
problem.
Yes, correct.
I don't understand why only that term name is shadow.
Well,
Other
the
than
implementation is different, no? In this case.
DP,
That's what-
exactly.
Yeah. Implementation is more.
Johan, why we
Exactly.
need 256 here? Just 26, right? For this DP state for integers
He's
and
assuming
character.
ASCII characters, uppercase, lowercase, special
Oh,
characters.
okay.
Yeah.
And-
Depending on our problem, we can assume only 26.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, and Balaji had a question, right? Yeah.
I think he answered that actually.
Okay.
He's saying that whenever a suffix is added, prefix is also going to add, and that would also change the state of the shadow, irrespective whether J is moving or not.
Yeah.
Yes.
So at
So-
every point, I think the prefix and suffix are going to change because they are going
Yes.
to be cumulative, right? They'll keep on adding. So they will have to move the shadow state also for it. Yeah.
Yes. This for loop is that only. For each state we are calculating and we're using the DP of already calculated things. So, okay, this when it's a match, go to next state. When it's not a match, see where your shadow goes because he has a common prefix as you. And also before checking for the next state, in my next state, I have to update the shadow. That where will the next state's shadow be? It is my shadow plus my character.
Johan, can you take this example for the back pointer diagram as ABC, ABA? Yeah.
Okay, so
Johan, can you take a variable called shadow and go? Because don't update the same variable, like separate. I mean to say, like keep the variables separate and try to update them.
yes. So let's go for base case. Initial base case is that when I am at state 0 and I get an A, then I go to state 1. So DP of 0, A is 1. And when I'm starting to find out all my answers for 1. And at 1, if any character is noticed, so my prefix and suffix, I can assume that empty shadow is the common prefix. Okay, so shadow is currently at 0 and I am at 1. Now let's see for each character what happens. If I get an A first, I'm going for all 26 characters. I'll check an A first. So when I'm searching, I'm at state 1 and I have gotten an A, 1, A. What is this going to be? It's not a match with the current pattern, right? We need a B. But we can look at our shadow. That shadow, where do you go if you get an A? shadow will say I go to 1, right? So for A, we make a pointer. Now I look at B. When I get a B, it is a perfect match with my pattern. So when I get a B, I go to J plus 1, I go to 2. When I get a C, where do I go? When I get a C, I don't know where to go, but does my shadow know where to go? So I call 0, C. And again, that is all initialized to 0. So shadow will stay at 0. So all other characters, C, D, E, F, G, all will be having the same case. So I won't go over them. Now let's do a J++. Okay. Now I have computed all my DP answers, all the characters at index 1. Let me compute for index 2. Okay. So my J was here. Now J is here. Okay. So now my J has moved forward. So what is the prefix that is also suffix? It will be when my shadow gets a B, where does he go? Since I have taken a B, right? I have taken this B and moved here. So my shadow, if my suffix, okay, right now is AB. So my prefix must also take a B. The shadow is empty right now, right? So he must also add a B to himself. And when he sees a B, so 0, B, where does he go? He stays at 0. We've initialized all states as 0. So, okay, he is at 0 and J is here. Similarly, I will check for other characters. Let us say I get some other character. Let's take for A. When I get A, where does this shadow go? Where do I go? I don't know where to go. Since I'm expecting a C over here. Sorry, I drew it too long. On this edge, I'm expecting a C. Is this a B, C?
AB, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I'm expecting a C. Okay. So if I get a C, I go forward. That's no problem. But if I get any other character, I don't know where to go. So let's do one thing. Let me ask Shadow, where would Shadow go? So when Shadow gets an A, where would he go? He would go here. So if I get an A, I'll go here. Okay. My suffix and prefix would match. Now, if I get a B, where do I go? If Shadow gets a B, he goes to 0. He doesn't know where to go, right? So, okay, I don't go anywhere. Now, similarly,
so
let's
point 2 to 0, right? In case of B and rest of thing, right?
Yes. Rest of all characters will be going to 0.
Yeah.
So I won't show all the pointers. They're all default 0. Now again, our J++ is happening. Actually, if I show a C here, this string doesn't have too much common until this point, but okay. So now J is over here. How did J come here? He ate up one C, right? He ate one C, so he came here. So, okay, if Shadow is eating a C, where will he go? Where will this Shadow go if he gets a C?
C is not going anywhere, right?
0.
Yeah, he'll stay at 0. He doesn't know where to go for C, so he doesn't go anywhere. He goes to 0, base case. Similarly, if I get an A over here, I know where to go. I go to next state.
Next state, then shadow will be go to the next state, right?
Yeah. When I do J++, I'm just saying that if an A comes, I go to this. So I set that DP of 3, A equal to 4. When you have a 3 state and 3 index and you're at A, to find a A, you go to the next 4. Now the interesting part. So, okay, I've found out all the pointers for this particular position, let's say, and he moves here. Now I'm checking for this. What am I checking for? I'm checking for a string ABC. So what should my shadow be? Longest prefix, that's also suffix. Okay, all that is fine. But where should my shadow be? I have moved forward by taking an A. So shadow must take an A. When shadow takes an A, he knows where to go. He goes here.
Yeah.
So I move shadow there. And magically, shadow will always be having the same prefix and suffix because of this operation. When you do J++ and start checking for the next index, shadow also moves. Now let's go for all the examples. If I see an A at this position, where do I go? I don't go here, it's not a match. So I need to see where would my shadow go. Shadow would go to itself. That's right. So I'll also go to that node. I'll copy.
Okay.
What is this? This is just DP of 4, A is equal to DP of shadow, A, because shadow is always copying. And that is nothing but DP of 1, A, which is also resulting in 1.
So basically, if I don't know where to go, I'll ask shadow.
Yes, since shadow is the same prefix, so he might be having some smart.
If C is coming, then it will point to the 0, right?
If D is coming, then it will ask shadow, where do you go when you get a D? And shadow says 0. He doesn't know. It's a base case.
Yeah, okay.
And now if I get a B, then I go to the answer, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. And now let me calculate all the particular DP relations for this index. When I'm over here, what are the DP relations? I'll calculate. Actually, I don't come here ever. It's the answer. It's answer. I found answer if I reach there.
So in
I don't-
normal game, we used to do the index, right? If there is a mismatch. So
Yes, I'll tell you why you use that.
That index.
Yes. So the reason we use that is we only track the point where we go to if there's mismatch. We don't track the point. I'll clear everything.
Yeah.
So in this case, when we get a mismatch, we track
So
this
rather than
particular
go by
point.
one,
Yes, instead of going for B, one jump here and then one jump here, we have a while loop, right? While it is mismatch.
while big
So
leap you will take.
we directly copy the previous pointer. He is pointing to that one, so we also point there instead of making a jump. This is not necessary to understand, but yeah, if anyone wants to see that while loop, then yeah. Now let's go like for finally what happens. So this is.
It looks like 2-pointer DP.
Yes, Siddharth has a question.
Yes,
also.
yes.
Can you just take that? He's raising his hand.
Okay, please.
My question is like when the shadow is updated, still little bit confused. Like
Okay. So this is that for current state. Okay, find out all the DP answers. That's all right.
yes,
Now I have found all the DP answers for state 2. Let's go ahead and do J++. Let us take for state 3. Okay. But the issue is state 3 doesn't have the same shadow as state 2, right? State 3 has this index J, which has to be added to him, right? To the prefix. At this point, I am A, B, okay? And my shadow is A, B, okay? But the thing is that if I get a C, I go to next state, right? So now I want to check for this J, what's the answer? So I can't keep the shadow same, right? I have to keep the shadow that when this A, B gets a C, what happens?
correct.
So when I do J++, I am checking all the answers for next position. So I have to update shadow, and that is nothing but shadow when you get this current character that my suffix is getting. My suffix is ending at J, so he's finding this character. So prefix must also be finding this character. So it's like a search basically. And okay, you update yourself to point to the prefix when you get this character. What happens when you get this character?
Yeah, so basically shadow is nothing but a prefix, and when your prefix
Yes.
gets this jth character, how will it move? Whether
Yes.
it will
Yes.
move next or it will go to the beginning or whatever. So
whatever it is already pre-computed.
yeah,
Exactly. Perfect.
So it's just not the prefix, also the suffix also, no? At the current position, if you consider.
Yes, it is the longest prefix that is also suffix. Exactly.
So if you don't have a suffix, then actually the shadow will be always at the initial position.
Correct. Shadow won't move only. He'll continuously go loop to a 0. Default, everything is set to 0.
Okay.
Good
These
to
are proper prefix, not the complete prefix suffix.
But is it
Yeah,
a
I think, yeah, that's correct, Shashank. It has to be a proper prefix and suffix. Yeah.
why is it called a DFA? I mean, just a basic question. Maybe I'm not a NFA.
Yes.
Only.
There is a definite particular state that you go to when you see a particular character, right? I'm at this state. If I see an A, I will always go here. If I see a B, I will always go here. If I see a C, I'll go here. Everything is defined, right? So that's the definition of definite automata.
There are two, like DFA and NFA. NFA is like they won't take you to any particular state. You will keep on roaming here and there.
Yes. So it's deterministic. At any state, I know exactly where to go. It's a deterministic thing. I can directly determine which is the next state based on current state and currently visited edge.
Okay.
NFA will be correct for all, I think. You won't have.
Yes, I think it has multiple for the same edge. Like if you get a
Exactly.
0, you can go here or here. It's not determined fixed.
So regular
Uh,
expressions won't be used using the
I think
DF.
regular.
It is NFA, right?
Yeah, regex is used using an DFA only. That's the main function of you match character using the states, right?
No, regex is NFA, I guess.
Yes, it's NFA. Backtracking if necessary. So it tries all. I think it means like if you have A star, it doesn't mean you have only 3 A's. You can have 5 also. You can have 6 also.
And epsilon for empty, right? Isn't it?
Yes, yes. He's shown one animation here of the entire process. Same as what we just drew. That here we see this, the base case. Now self loop, right? Because my shadow will go here on A. Now, if I get a B, I go to next state. If I get a C, anything, I get anything else, shadow will take care. Now let's check for this. What is the issue? What to search? So shadow has moved because I am checking now for this state and I came here by taking an A. So shadow also should take an A. I'm taking a B now if I move J in the next iteration. So shadow should also take a B. Both of us have taken a B.
But shadow will at max increase by only 1 step. That's why that's true. That we,
Yes, because these are all pointers have become most smart. They don't do while loop.
As the forward pointer moving, shadow also move maximum 1 or 0.
Correct.
0. Yeah.
1 or he moves in some back pointer way. He may move from here to here or here to here, anywhere. Wherever that prefix has a longest suffix.
Shadow also can move backward.
Yes, shadow may take a back pointer. If shadow is at this position and we see an A, shadow will come to this position. Like for example, when shadow is here and we see A, shadow just does a self loop.
Oh, okay.
So shadow is not only longest prefix, but he is also longest suffix prefix of that prefix as well. You can take that. Shadow has a DP state which has already covered all that prefix, right? So you can automatically.
Moving with A, some prefix suffix is matching. Forward pointer can move forward, and that shadow also can move backward, right? Can you show some example moving backward?
I think shadow can never move beyond J because at max J, not beyond
Right.
J.
Either he moves 1 step or he moves anywhere behind. Let's look at this one diagram quickly.
Well, it will be either half of J or lesser than that, right?
It won't be.
Yes, it cannot be at J at all.
It cannot.
Exactly.
It cannot. Since
Because
both
by the
can only
time
take 1 step.
Exactly.
If all are
First,
J,
can it?
then J would move, right? I
So
mean,
if all of A are, then that's a good question.
Yes.
So
No,
my
J
initially J is here, shadow is here. Okay, at 0. So J moves here, shadow moves here. J moves here, shadow moves here. Moves here, shadow moves here. Shadow will just lag by 1.
More than half, it won't.
But where it is
More than half, but less than 1, yeah. By J.
So somewhat where to move backward shadow.
Right. Okay. At this point, okay, if assume my shadow is A, B, and my total string is some A, B, X, A, B. Okay. So now in this total string, I'm getting a B, okay, at this point. Or let's say I'm getting an A. Let's say I'm getting an A.
Okay. Here you are getting B. Then here shadow will move to the 0 position.
Yes. And if I get an A in my current, like let's say 16th position of string, okay, I'm at 16th position of string and that's a. So now I am taking this A and I am moving forward to 16. Where should shadow move? So shadow is here, we are imagining. So shadow will just move here.
Oh, okay.
Since now I have an AB, which would also be a prefix suffix at this point. So I can just see that shadow is just the same thing what we have already computed. He's taking advantage of that and he's seeing that, okay, where does this element move if he sees this element? It's a DFA, so he already know which states are possible for that J. So shadow is just a DP problem in that manner that he's using the already computed things. And we are using the shadow, which is like a previous.
Johan, do we have like a self loop for the shadow? Like I just saw downwards a diagram just looping itself?
Can be,
Can be, definitely. Like here, when you
I
see
mean,
an
after
A,
ABA, it happens self-loop.
yes, yes. So if we have a particular string that is going to be A, and shadow is currently here. So shadow will just stay here only. At any point, longest prefix suffix is just this single A. So shadow would self loop continuously until we see a B, and then shadow will move here, right? Since prefix suffix is AB.
But for this 3A, shadow should move, right? Like
Shadow will stay the same because the longest
Oh.
suffix that is also prefix is just A. We don't have a double
Okay,
A in the
okay.
prefix, right? We have a single A only.
okay.
Only time shadow will move if it's a B, or if it's some other alphabet, he'll restart.
Okay.
So this shadow is actually extremely smart, but we don't need to worry about it when coding. You can just say that, invariant is maintained. Shadow is always pointing at the prefix that is suffix.
Oh, so you're saying we
Complete-
have a templatized version of all of this stuff.
Yes, complete code if we look at
Mhm.
base case and initialize empty shadow is 0. For each node, you copy shadow, but for your current node, you go to next state. And you are doing J++, before that, just update shadow as well with whatever current J is there. So this is becoming a really short code. If by chance, sometimes you are finding that you are writing too many bugs in KMP, or if we don't need that prefix function too much, we can just go for this. You can also see the search is very simple. Start at initial state 0. At each state, see where to go next, taking one character at a time. Any moment you reach the end of pattern, return true.
Oh, search is nothing almost.
Search is
Normal.
nothing. Yes.
Ah,
In a sense, we are doing a search on the shadow. When we find a new element, where to go. That's all.
This is very clean. Like
hmm,
really
Oh,
nice.
yes.
Implementation, yeah.
Yes.
But that's also, I mean, not that hard. The earlier KMP. It's the same thing, but he's doing in a DP.
Right.
Yes,
Instead of
yes.
doing this shadow, you make a while loop and you take all the back pointers continuously. Match
First
and
you see-
mismatch.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Here we
that
have
takes
multiple
two
mismatch.
variants.
That's the
Mhm.
issue.
So
Here
there
we have multiple mismatch.
table takes care of you to which index you have to go. Here X is taking care where
Correct.
you have to go. There is a mismatch.
Correct.
Hmm.
But if it's a mismatch, then you go here. If it's a B mismatch, you go here. In
Yeah.
that one, what would say? You just go here and then you check if this is matching. A and A is matching. If it's not, then you go here and check A and A is matching.
Oh.
Match.
So that while
There is
loop.
an
for sure.
additional time complexity there, right?
Hmm.
I think amortized it is not there, but yeah, we could say that this is
Because this guy directly jumps to that position.
correct. So it might be faster.
Mhm.
Conclusion is all this.
Directly jump, like we maintain the index, and when you
I mean, you do a while loop, right? So at this point, when I see a B, I go here. When I see a I go here. But what you do is, while it is not C, you keep jumping to shadow. Okay, it's not C. Okay, it's not C. So that's the thing. So you may do 2 jumps. I may do just 1 jump direct to 0.
okay, this one look now.
Yeah, I think Shashank, we'll have to try with different examples to understand the difference, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What you say also makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, I have two questions. First question is like Santosh, not Santosh, Shashank, you mentioned it's similar to longest some substring something you mentioned, right? What is that?
LPS only, longest prefix suffix. Same what Johan is mentioning.
Longest prefix suffix, okay. And the second question is like, Johan, this is a general approach of this KMP, or is it like a specific approach using shadow?
It's a different way of doing using shadow. At any point, your longest prefix suffix is your shadow. So you can make another LPS array and just store the value of X for every J. That what is the longest prefix that is also suffix at this index. You just
Oh.
store your shadow. So you can get the same functionality that you need from KMP.
Okay, but the general KMP also will do the same work, right? If I
Exact same. So the thing is, KMP, this guy has shown us the same thing. Now this is the same DFA from DFA to NFA. So idea is save space, don't record transition for each input, differentiate match and mismatch, only 2 states. So while it is a mismatch, you keep going to the NFA ka shadow state. And anytime it starts to match, right, your shadow is taking the same character as you. There's a possibility. So then we say, okay, it's a match. Go to next state. And if your state is end of pattern, return true. This is the code of KMP, which we saw last time. He's just said it's NFA over here instead of saying
This is at
LPS.
LPS, right? NFA is the LPS.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So NFA as in there are multiple choice. So we just go to the shadow, then shadow, shadow. Keep going to your shadow until the shadow is matching with the current character. So once you understand this BFA, you can actually derive the original KMP, which is not intuitive. Like, I don't think anyone has derived this without watching a tutorial, right?
Yeah.
At least normally.
Yes.
Yes.
Only
So you can
research
figure
guys-
out, you can figure this out and figure out that just store a NFA of shadow and bounce, 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 and check violets.
For NFA, you just go back one step, go back, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. So at this position, same example, A, B, A, B, B. What is my shadow? My shadow is 3. Okay. Does 3 know where to go for C? No, he doesn't. Okay, what is his shadow? His shadow is 1. Does he know where to go for C? No, he doesn't. Okay, what's his shadow? His shadow is here. What's his shadow? Self.
Okay.
So we are constructing the same thing, but instead of this guy, if it was a DFA, we would be like, if it's a B, go here. If it's a A, go here. If it's a C, go here. Correct. He's just saying, if it's not a match, go to your shadow. Construction is also simple. NFA initially all go to 0. For every state, you set the NFA of current state. Like if it's a match, then you go here, right? Something like that. Okay, wait. You set it as your shadow. You set the answer as your shadow, and check all this. If you find a C, then you move your self to the where the NFA goes when found. Something like that. I did not go in this in detail, but it comes down to KMP only, original KMP. But in that also you have to put a while loop in search function. In this KMP, search function's simple. You just go for next state, next state, next state. No while loop.
What's same between this KMP and this thing is like like only one thing, like where should we go to the next question
Correct, correct.
to
That's all.
search? That is the commonality.
Correct. Just that while loop is here to take care, and there we directly know for C go here, for B go here. That's
Yes, yes.
LPS has an advantage on the space complexity,
Yes.
but this guy has an advantage on time complexity
Correct,
with additional
correct.
space. Yeah.
Correct, correct.
It's like a slow pointer and a fast pointer in linked
Yeah,
list.
exactly. Shadow is like a slow.
Shadow is fast, right?
Shadow is always behind you.
No, if you compare
no,
with the
no.
LPS and now this one, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, maybe.
Because
this
in
should
LPS we keep on going to the previous state, but here we
Yes.
know where we can go. You know, if there are
Exactly.
more
Yes,
couple of
exactly.
Fully deterministic it is. Fully deterministic.
correct, yeah.
There you have to check
yeah.
all.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yes,
If
go ahead.
anyone wants to use this for lead code problem, where you need to get the pattern and all, you just have to add one line here that LPS of J equal to X. Because at the end we lose X over here. It's like updating itself. So that's all. And you can use this same algorithm, same thing for any lead code specific problem, which needs the prefix suffix.
Any example
actually-
questions for that, like lead code? Like-
I think Pranav is going over some questions that need prefix suffix
Yeah,
or
sure.
KMP.
Palindrome question
Yes.
is there.
Yeah.
Oh
let's-
yes, palindrome is most famous.
Yeah, how many
Yes,
characters you
yes.
Sorry.
add some characters to the front of the string to make, I mean, how many characters you want to add to the front of string to make it a palindrome?
Yes, yes, exactly that.
Okay.
Oh, you are taking that. Okay, yeah, that's good.
So there are some resources which I've referred. I can share these
Please, yeah.
in the chat.
Mhm.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, sure.
I'll
Thank
stop.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Johan.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Pranav next, right? Pranav, you are taking?
Yes. Share my screen.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
Yes, one or two.
okay. So this is the question: shortest palindrome. So you are given a string S. You can convert S to a palindrome by adding characters in front of it. So the problem states we want to return the shortest such palindrome by performing this transformation by adding characters in front of it. Like for example, if we see this this string that is equal to A C C A. So it is not a palindrome. So if we add a to the front of it, it becomes a palindrome. And so if you see this example ABCD, you can always add like if you first add B to the front of it, it is not palindrome. You then add C to the front of it, it is not a palindrome. D to the front of it, then it becomes a palindrome. So we can take, for example, it is ABCD is our current string, and we have to make it so what we have to do is we have to make this ABCD to make it a palindrome by adding characters in front of it. So for example, for ABCD, how you are going to add? We are going to add by first we will check whether the maximum maximum size of this palindrome would be like S dash. S dash means the reverse of S plus S, right? Because
Yes, got it.
okay,
Yes, correct.
so okay. So we can add like first we will check with D, C. We will add D with D in front of this ABCD. Then we will add CD in front of this D, A, B, C, D. We will check whether it is a palindrome or not. It is not a palindrome. Then we are going to again add B, C, D in front of it. Then it is a palindrome. No, it is not a palindrome.
You
We
have
need
to
to add
We
A
have to
also.
reverse it. Sorry.
Yeah.
D, C, B in front of it. Then it is a palindrome, right? So we always have to add the reverse
Zero.
of S in front of this string to get a palindrome.
2 A's will be there, right?
No, 2A, it is not needed, right? Because 1A or 2A, it doesn't matter. If
Yeah,
we
I
add
mean,
2A, it is also for palindrome. Like if it is 1A also, it is a palindrome. There
That
is
is
no need
also
of
But
means
like,
it's reverse of S minus 1, right? No?
yes,
no,
in a
it's not.
maximum case.
No,
Yeah,
maximum case is max of S
reverse of,
minus 1. Right?
yeah, max, yes. It would be like this,
Because
like a maximum reverse of S in maximum case, and minimum case it will be 0, like null string plus S.
Oh, if the
Okay.
string itself.
it's already
Yes, the string itself. So the key thing is that we can only add elements in front of it. So we will check another example. So KF ABC KF. So let this be our string. So we can see that, okay, let it be A. So we can see that the substring starting from 0 till this second index, that is this A, it is a palindrome. So the thing which so here you make an observation that the prefix the prefix we have to obtain the maximum prefix which is a palindrome of S. So if we check this string ABA is a palindrome, then the remaining part is KF. So if we reverse this KF, we will get FK. So if we add FK in front of this ABA KF, we will get a palindrome. So so this means we have to find a prefix. We have to find the largest prefix, which is a palindrome.
Okay.
No, which is also a suffix, I think, right? It did not be a palindrome.
Yes, it's the like the second part, like the first observation you get. Like I'm telling about the observation you get when you look some examples.
Okay.
For example, if ABC CBA, so the maximum prefix is the entire string. So there is no need to add an element in front of it, right? For this ABC CBA.
Yeah, it is a palindrome.
Yes, it is a palindrome. So if we add KF ABA, then there is no maximum prefix which is a palindrome. Like only if we take, it is only a one character. Like K is only the maximum prefix which is a palindrome. Like single character, we consider it as a palindrome.
So one question, why max prefix? It is min prefix, right? To shortest palindrome you have to find.
Yes, but I'm telling like we have to find the shortest. The question is we have to find the shortest palindrome by adding elements in front of this given string. So for that, I'm just telling the observation. I will go through the solution.
Okay.
So the
basically,
observation is
sorry.
Okay, go on. Go on.
I mean, I'm just thinking. The solution is finding the longest suffix, which when added to the string in the prefix, it becomes a longest prefix and a suffix. If you find that, then it would be minimum.
Yeah, it's something like that. Like I will explain it later. Like it is similar to that.
Sorry to interrupt.
Okay. Fine. Okay, so this this is this K. If you take this example, there is K is the largest prefix, which is a palindrome. Palindrome. So we have to add the rest of the string, that is FABA, in front of in a reverse manner in front of it to become this as a palindrome. So to become this as a palindrome, we have to add ABA KF, ABAF in front of this string. It will become palindrome, right?
Yes, yes, that is one way. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So how we can use it by performing different algorithms, like we can use Rabin-Karp also. We can do it in not in a KMP way also, but today we will discuss about like how will we do about in a KMP way. So we need maximum. With this example, we have concluded that we need maximum prefix, which is a palindrome. So how will we so we have to find the maximum prefix, which is a palindrome. Okay, so for example, if we
Well, okay. So yeah, I think
okay, we will take some example. Okay, we will go.
so. You are saying that at the prefix side, if you find a palindrome, a maximum palindrome, then we have to just worry about the leftover, right?
Yes,
And the
exactly.
same thing you are saying, if that happens on the suffix side also, if you find a maximum palindrome on the suffix side, then you have to just worry about the prefix, whatever is not the palindrome.
Yes. If the question is asked reverse, like if we are asked like we want to add characters
At the end, yeah.
At the end,
Yeah,
then
but
the solution will.
yeah,
Okay,
so
go
in
on.
this case only the prefix. Yeah, okay, good.
Yes. Okay, so how will we find this maximum prefix, which is a palindrome? Like we can take this S, we can add some characters, some random number. Let me take hash and just take this S dash. So if we take the LPOs of this, we will get the maximum prefix, which is a palindrome. Let me show you how this works. So this is hash is only for just for checking just for differentiating this LPS. I will explain it detailedly by showing this LPS. Okay, we will go for a pattern. ABA, let it be KF. And if we reverse this string, it will be FKABA. So if we generate the LPS, it is going to be like this 001, and after for this ABA, the ABA and ABA, it is going to be 3. So we have find that the maximum prefix in front of the string, which is a palindrome, is size 3. So we have to only check the rest of this we have to only check the rest after this 3, that is KF. If you reverse this, we will get a palindrome.
So they are asking us
Are there.
Okay, go.
Okay.
They are asking us
Go.
to add the characters in the front. So why are we adding S dash? Okay, that is the
Yes.
front. Not before is the front. Okay. I mean, I thought S dash plus S. I mean, plus hash and then S. But that would be a backward, right?
Yes. Here we are finding the maximum prefix, which is a palindrome. So just for that, we are just constructing this LPS.
Got it. Yeah.
LPS for
Yes.
finding the we are finding this LPS for finding the maximum prefix palindrome. So why we add this hash just to differentiate? Like if we don't add this hash, if we don't add this hash, or let it be any, this is any differentiator, you can add anything. This is for just differentiating this LPS. But if you don't add this hash, then our string, the entire string will be like, this string will be repeating, right? So if we add S plus S dash, then like for example, we can do ABA, KF, ABA.
So we are making sure a mismatch happens. So it doesn't
Yes,
count
yes.
any same string. Only
Yes.
counts
It doesn't count any extra.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking that front means S dash will be added at before S.
I haven't understand. Like, please come on.
I mean, in the question they are telling you like you have to add string to the front, right?
Yes.
So I thought S dash will be added before S. I was thinking that as a front.
This step we are trying to
Yes.
see the prefix from the original string that is a palindrome. So that's why.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Like we can do like that, but it will take like we can reverse the string and add character by character and just check. But it is a brute force approach. But if you do like this hashing method, like in the Robin Cup algorithm, like I think we can do it in this same way, like often. Like we have to constantly update this hash of the reverse string and just check to the original string whether both are equal. Okay, that is another way. Like we are okay. Come on.
Why is it? I mean, as Shashank asked, S dash hash S. Does that not help in finding the answer?
If we don't add this hash, like
No. I'm asking, why can't it be S dash hash plus S?
Yes, this I was asking. Like, actually, according to the question, it should be like
yes.
that.
Can I take that?
It's the same. Like we add this hash in between this this S and S dash to obtain. Like if we don't add this hash, sometimes we might get a miscalculation.
So can you do this just to show what happens? Can you add KFABA in front of this pattern and hash?
Then we
So
would be finding
basically
the
what I
answer for the
understood
rounded
is-
one at the back, right? Basically, we want to add characters to the front to make it into
Basically, you are trying
Yes,
to find out what is the longest suffix, which is palindrome.
Yes. So in the
Yes,
reverse, it is a
yes.
suffix, and in the normal, it is a prefix. If we do in the
In the
Yes,
given
opposite order,
text,
we will not get it.
longest suffix, which is a palindrome. Then it will remove in the things that we have to add.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Yes, correct. Exactly.
Problem
If we
statement
were
which-
adding characters to the back, we could do that.
Like Chavi was telling about some example, right? ABA.
No. I was saying that if people were asking that question, so we can just maybe
So-
write the pattern what they are asking and see what is the answer there.
Okay.
Uh,
I have a couple of questions. So for adding in the beginning, we have to find the longest suffix, which is a palindrome. Am I right in my understanding?
No, like we are actually finding the maximum prefix, which is a palindrome.
Okay.
So the maximum prefix will exactly be the if it is reversed, it will be the suffix, right?
Hmm.
But it will
Like
not
for
be-
example, if it is ABA KF, and
Okay.
if I write if I write the reverse way, it will be FK ABA. So the maximum palindrome is ABA, and the maximum suffix, which is prefix, is ABA, right? If something is palindrome in front of it, it will be definitely a palindrome, a suffix palindrome.
Correct.
So yes, so we have to check what is the longest prefix palindrome, which is also the suffix palindrome. That is what the question is asking.
Okay. And I did not understand this table, how we are getting 1, 2, 3 or 0, 1. Is there
Okay.
the values especially?
So this is our so we are actually generating this LPS. It is similar to what Johan said previous, like this state table. Like
Yes.
from which state we have to go to the next. Like LPS, LPS tells within current state where we have to go to the next state. For example,
There is a shadow.
yes. So we can go through step by step. So A, it is 0 because initially we make this A. Initially it is standing at the first index, so there is no comparison. So if we go to second, it will compare with the first to get whether is this matching. Then it doesn't matches. We go to the we make it at 0 because we go to the previous index position. And let me take this.
Well, first you complete whatever you are showing to him, because I think Sid was not there for the last session, right? Because you explained everything in the last session, right?
Yes.
Yeah, just quickly do that,
just,
and then because
okay, I'm just taking this code here because it will be easier to understand. So this is the code for constructing this. So if we
It is just the value of X for every J in my code, the shadow.
yes, exactly.
yeah.
So it just compares what LPS does is it just compare it just checks where to go next.
Yeah.
In LPS also, and in the pattern to
Okay.
in the test to check. So here we have this ABA KF and FK ABA. So here there is no, for this AB there is no prefix which is suffix, because A and B are, A is prefix, B is suffix, and next it will be ABA. So A is there and A is here. So the prefix which is suffix is 1, right? Then it will
Correct.
go to the next index K. There is no prefix which is suffix K. Then it will go to next index T. It has also no prefix which is suffix. Then it will reach here, nothing. Then K, nothing. Then here at A we find there is a,
The second A will match, right? In that case.
yes. The second there is a prefix which is a suffix 1. We will increment the I and J.
Oh, after the first A.
Yeah,
only.
we will increment this J after when the both are equal. Okay. So then AB and AB are equal. So we will again increment this J and put it in this LPS I. So when this AB occurs, we will again, the ABA is a prefix, which is also a suffix. So we add 3.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
So he's
got it.
trying to consider that LPS. Okay. And that is
Yes.
what he's explaining. Okay. So I think this we did, right? So let's move on. Now we want to go and solve that question, correct? We did this all
Yes,
exercise
yes,
last
yes.
time. We don't want to do it again. So let's go
Okay,
to
I'll
the.
refer
Okay.
the previous video. in
Yeah,
that.
please. Yeah. And then can we come to the example what we are trying to solve?
Okay. So here in this example, our string is ABA KF. So we want to find how much character to add in front of it to make it palindrome. So for doing that, what was our main output? We have to find the maximum prefix, which is a palindrome. So if we take this S and reverse the string, the prefix is going to be coming across this suffix, right? So we have to find this maximum palindrome, maximum prefix palindrome, which is maximum prefix palindrome. So for that, we have to find the maximum prefix, which is a suffix. So for that, we construct this LPS table. So after constructing this LPS table, we find that the maximum prefix, which is suffix, is 3. Then we know that this ABA is a palindrome. Then we only need to consider this KF. So if we take this string KF and reverse it and add to the front,
Okay, so you're saying at the end that FB, when you say 3 on the index 10, so that is the position you are going to go. Is it that what you're trying to say?
Yes. Here ABA KF, ABA is a palindrome. That so the string which is not palindrome is KF. So if we take this KF and just reverse it and add it to the front of this ABA, we will be getting a palindrome, right? If we reverse this FK, ABA, KF, we got a palindrome. So what is the take? Like we have to find the longest prefix palindrome. That like our solution comes down to this point. Like what is the maximum prefix palindrome we have to find? So for doing that, for finding that, we have to consider the entire string, that is S plus some differentiator. We can use hash for that. Then the reverse string. So the prefix will also be the suffix of S dash, right? When we take in the reverse manner, like for this ABA KF, the ABA KF is present as suffix. So if there is a palindrome here, then there is going to be definitely a palindrome at the suffix of the S dash, and this will be matched. So we have to find the largest such a prefix which is a palindrome.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Do I have to go for any example, like if you don't understand, like?
I think this is correct, right? So now whatever your LPS you have got from this combining of S plus S dash, right?
Yes.
So yeah, so at the very last index, if you go and find out whatever that index is pointing to, and if you take that index into your string and form a substring of the remaining characters from that index, so you just have to reverse that and put in the front, correct?
Yes, exactly.
Wow, okay, this is good. Yeah. Now I think it is clear, right?
Yeah, now it makes sense.
Yeah, because I was also not understanding why he is taking S plus S dash and not the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to construct the
LPS.
Yeah, that is very important. Yeah.
But one question, if the longest, if 3 is not the, if the longest suffix is not the case, then we have to go back one string back and see what is If that is a palindrome, is it like that?
Uh,
I mean, if it is A, B,
E.
okay. A, B, E.
if it is A, B, I mean, A, E or something like that.
Oh,
A,
okay,
E,
okay.
K, F, K, T.
Okay. KT, okay.
A, E, K, T, not triple A.
Okay, then it's going to be only AA, right? He's saying double A,
AA is
EKT.
our palindrome. Triple A or double A? Like, okay,
Double
fine.
A.
If it is double A.
Mhm.
So this is going to be our palindrome, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
So if we
Okay.
take this EKT and reverse it and add it to the front, we will get a palindrome.
Hmm.
For that, we are going to we can reverse the string.
TKE,
T
K,
K E A A.
A, yeah.
We will,
And then you get that LPS, and then yeah.
so we get this LPS, like the prefix, which is this
My
is
question
the
is the
prefix.
prefix that is a suffix is always a palindrome. That's what I'm asking.
So that is
Yes,
what you
if
have
it
to find,
matches, it
right?
is a
Yeah,
yes. If
So
it
now
matches,
we
it
have-
is definitely a palindrome.
correct. We have two A's, therefore two is matching, and therefore if come to the last index, it will be 10. So if there is nothing, if it's just single A, E, K, T, so then there is only one palindrome. So at the last index, you will get only index 1.
Oh,
Yes, yes.
okay. At least we get one.
Yeah, we will get
Yes,
one because
yes.
one single
Yeah,
one is a
because-
palindrome. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
Yes, the sum.
What about ABCD?
Okay, A, B,
Only one.
C, D. Yes, one. We can go for that.
Any string
A,
with
B,
all
C,
different
D.
characters.
Right.
Hash.
Yeah.
Yes, this like it can be dollar, anything. Like it is just for
DCBA,
differentiation.
DCBA.
DCBA. Okay, we can.
So you will get
We'll-
one at the
we
index.
will get one.
Hmm.
So what will be our answer? We have to just take the. We have to just consider after the first thing, that is BCD, and we have to reverse this string and add it to the front of ABCD. It will become DCBA,
Yeah.
ABCD.
This is good. Yeah.
Okay, this is nothing like a palindrome is like a string which is exactly as its reversed one.
Right.
So we have to just check the maximum substring starting from 0, which is which which the string if the string is reversed is equal
Right.
from the end.
Yeah. So I think
If
Balaji
prefix
is both
has a
clear, right?
palindrome,
Mhm.
if prefix has a palindrome, we don't have to make palindrome again. So we just consider the remaining characters.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. That's the point.
And this is the trick actually, because whenever you look at a prefix palindrome, I was also thinking, why not just take that, remove it. But how to
Yes.
find it? You'll have to go through this LPS by taking additional space,
Yeah.
and then only it makes sense. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Yes. We can also do it by wrapping them, like just take.
No,
each-
let's only focus on
each
KMP
reverse-
today. Yeah, that is
Okay,
okay.
okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Why is palindrome such an important question? I mean, does it have any practical, in any real world scenario?
There will surely
Uh,
be, right? So that is the reason there are so many of
Like
them.
basically, in nature, you have a lot of symmetry, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Oh,
But that's
I
interesting
just took-
observation,
I don't-
Balaji. Yeah. There are so many problems around palindrome. Yeah.
Yes. Like I was just
And the-
googling about what are the problems related to palindrome, and then I saw this question.
Yeah.
But there are lots of it. Like the entire crux is like the state table, like the Johan told. The LPS thing is the entire crux.
Yeah.
Once you understand that, you got this KMP.
Correct.
Like we
Let's
have
go
to
back to
practice
your
on this
question now.
LPS problem.
Mhm.
Okay.
And let's actually move ahead. Yeah.
Also looks like it's very useful in DNA for some DNA things, like
Yeah,
cutting a
DNA.
DNA.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the implementation now, how you have done it.
So this is called like we have to first take this string and we reverse this s. We first I just take, for example, ABA KF. First I take this string to this s new, then I just reverse this thing.
Yeah, so as for SNU, you are creating that pattern what
Yes,
we are
yes,
thinking, talking
yes.
about. Mhm.
Except what I told before. Like SNU will be like ABA KF plus hash KF ABA. This is what I just saw, just showed you right now. So we will just create this LPS with this function. So this is the function similar to this what Johan told. Like this is the function that I have shown you. For this is what Johan told. Like where should the next j should go? Just like the shadow variable. So while so we will create this LPS by LPS here, and then we just look at the last index, because the LPS of this is going to be 0 0 0 0. Then for hash it is 0, k it is 0, f4 it is 0, then it is going to be 1, it is going to be 2, it is going to be 3. So within the last index we get it as 3. So I store it in a index variable. Then this is a string which I have reversed earlier. So I have to make this string again. So this string s right now is like KFABA. So I have to make it again to its previous state, ABA KF. There's no need, like I can copy it to another variable and show it. So I have now become the ABA KF. The index is 3. So I can go from this current index, that will be like from k to the entire string, that is no like kf. This is the rest takes kf, and I reverse this kf and add it to the original string. That is the I reverse this kf will be fk. Then I am going to add it to original string. Original string is s, so ABA KF. This will be our final answer. We can ABA KF.
Yeah, we got that correct.
Okay, I'm just actually it was reverse. Then I make it at original string. Then I just take the non-palindrome part, that is KF. I just reverse it and add it to the rest. And again, I will have to add the original string, because I'm adding characters in front of this original string. That is the should I explain more?
I think it is clear, right? Anyone has any question? This is what you showed with the diagram.
Yes. If
that you are
LPS
told, yeah.
part,
Mhm.
yeah. If you're having a problem with LPS part, I can explain like for a diagram.
But this is fine, I think. Shashank?
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone, Balaji, anyone has any questions? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
I
shall
think
we
this
move
is
to the
good.
next question?
This
No,
has been
it's
asked in
clear.
Facebook many.
Clear.
This
Yeah.
question,
It has been asked in Facebook many times.
oh, this particular 214.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, this is we can understand this LPS very we can if you understand KMP, then it is very easy to implement this.
Right.
Like we can also do it by hashing method also.
The rolling edge,
Method
right?
like
Yeah.
yes.
We can go that for next time, no worries.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, okay, so now the time is almost 10:20. Do we want to take another example?
Okay.
No, I'm
Like,
asking others, you know.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I know Pranav, you are ready.
Okay,
Yeah,
question.
okay.
Next day
what-
we can take next weekend, I think, right?
Yeah,
So-
Shreyas, what are you saying?
What
Yes,
question ID was want to discuss? I can see it later. That's what I'm asking. Question number.
Yeah,
Can you
Yeah,
just show what the question
Yes,
number
yes.
is, and then we will actually
Uh,
discuss
right.
that
yes, there
together.
are like it is an
Recording.
easy question. Like it is not needed, but if we like there is a rotated string, like this is this string, and this is a rotated version of this goal. Like we have to check if this is a rotated version of this goal. So we will do it with the KMP. Like it is not needed because the constraint is very small. We can directly brute force the solution and check.
Even
But
your
we will.
haystack needle haystack.
Hmm.
Yes.
Also
Yes, we can do it like mode way. But I will just discuss about this KMP like next time. Then there is this repeated string pattern, like how many times a string repeats in itself. Like it is a substring, like for example, AB is repeating 2 times. So we have to check all the substrings are repeating itself. For example, ABA, there is no repeating substring because it is just ABA, there is no repeating substring because AB is here. There is no, if there is a B here, then it will be a true case. And there are also several problems like here, there are some problems like periodic strings. There are different problems based on this KMP.
Okay. I think maybe you
We
can
can go
share
for
all
next
this
session.
information in the chat, you know.
Yeah. Yes, we can discuss in the lead code daily for some question.
Yeah.
Shall I stop the recording?
Sure.